I think it's an interesting conversation to have if you put it in line with building in Northwest Airfield on Cherno.
Mm.
Right. So think about this for a second. No one builds in Northwest Airfield
No.
because it will last 10 seconds.
Base building, I am looking forward to if they do actually focus on that. There's been some good ideas in chat, and they can definitely take some inspiration from modding. But for actual building or preventing building in the bunker, I would be. I don't want to say the words upset because it's a game, but it would be a very. What's the best word to say? A silly choice to prevent you from building in that one particular location. I feel like if you've got a group that's big enough and you can pile together the resources and you want to reinforce that bunker, you should be allowed to. And if another big group who can also pile the resources want to take over that base, then they should. I see no issue with that.
I think it's an interesting conversation to have if you put it in line with building in Northwest Airfield on Cherno.
Mm.
Right. So think about this for a second. No one builds in Northwest Airfield because it will last 10 seconds, right? So how the hell are they lasting weeks and weeks and weeks on Livonia at the bunker? I know the player population is not as heavy as the Cherno population, but everybody who's got Livonia now knows where that bunker is. Is it a case that it's difficult to find plastic explosives or enough grenades? Now, obviously, since the 1.19 update, grenades have not been as abundant as they used to be.
Yeah.
But it's a strange old dynamic when you look at it like that. It doesn't take as long to get from the bunker from a spawn site than it does actually.
Especially if you're on Topland, left-hand side.
Yeah.
If you get a Topland spawn, it's smooth sailing.
You're straight down. You're literally down in 25 minutes. And if you think about it, Cherno, anywhere on the coast, on the south, central or south west side, it's going to take half hour roughly for you to get to Northwest Airfield. So it's roughly the same, isn't it? But a massive disparity in how the maps are played, I think.
I would have said that it's probably more Livonia is known to be more difficult. Obviously, the terrain is vastly different. The layouts and the loot runs aren't exactly perfected compared to Chernarus. So I would imagine that it would take a long time for it to go through. And as Buddy said, you need a punch card at winter. So even if you do raid, you've still got this massive hunk of a door to get through. And the only way you can do that is a punch card. So
yeah, you see, that's the other thing. So if you know where you're looking for that, it's not actually that difficult. Every stream I've been on Livonia, I've always ended up with a punch card every run. So,
and then, but there's also if the main door has got a fence around it, cool, you get through that, you got the punch card, the door opens. What if there's another fence? What if there's another 2 or 5 fences?
That's what they've been doing.
Well, that's it, yeah. So it's and if you're a big group and you go in, you have to massively, I would like to say, overcompensate the kind of materials you need to get in, and that takes a long time, and that discourages people. But if you really want to get in, then you will. And I think doing that, or allowing that, create not only good content, but a good gaming experience on both sides, if they are both willing. If I was a lone wolf and I came across the bunker and it was locked off, it would be it would suck. Alright, let's go back to the top and let's find a group. Does anyone want to pile together? I've been down at the bunker. There's a base there. Do I want to get in? Cool.
Well, that is what's happening on Livonia now, which is great for interactions because, as we all know right now, the biggest problem on official servers right now is interactions.
Yeah.
Like I say, I mean, the last 2 streams I've done, 3-hour streams on Cherno and Livonia, I've only bumped into maybe 2 people who are freshies right at your spawn points. Other than that, you are really, really pushing it now to get good well, even any interaction, you know. So yeah, but they are when they are doing that though, community wise, that I've heard of quite a few people at spawn points actually now talking about, shall we team up and go down and hit these places. Yeah, which is nice.
I think it just promotes playability. I just think not being allowed to build in any location is a cop out.
Oh no, I agree. I completely agree. But that's what's the good. That's the good side of official, isn't it? You can do what you want on official. It's only modded servers you won't be able to do that.
Yeah, well, if the server doesn't allow it, yeah.
Well, normally it's nowhere in 500 yards of a military zone, and that's a military zone, isn't it now? So
well, that's it. Yeah.
You ain't building. But official, do what you want.
Yeah.